Welcome to the Brain Health Hookup. I'm Laurel Myers-Hurst, your resident groovologist, and I believe that better mental health needs to be fun. Here we talk about mental wellness, we explore the physical, emotional, and relational needs we have as humans with the science and practices that help our mental health to flourish. Plus, we dive into my signature method, groove therapy, that engages folks in groove-based music making to lift mood and lower inflammation and pain. I'm so glad you're here. So let's hit it.
Well.
Well, truly a deep subject.
Welcome back, Brain Health Hookup listeners. We've reached the end of our first season, and wow, what a ride it has been. If you're feeling a little bummed it's over, don't worry. This is just a pause, a moment to reflect before we dive into something even bigger, even more impactful. Stick with me because what's coming in season 2 is going to blow your mind. Now, let's be real. Throughout this season, we've talked about the challenges in mental health care, burnout, the feeling of being stretched thin, the struggle to truly connect with and advocate for clients. We've touched on the frustration for clients and providers of traditional practice models and the limitation of what for most people is just a 10 to 15 minute med check and even more limited reimbursement for services on the provider side. And we've talked about the feeling of being stuck, knowing you could be doing more, but something's holding you back in your practice or as a patient. You're not able to break through to the level of care that you need as a patient or as a provider, what you want to provide for your clients. You're probably sitting there right now thinking, yeah, that's me. I want more. I want to make a bigger impact, but how? That's the unresolved problem we're going to tackle. Remember our season 1 discussions of health literacy, how to navigate insurance terms and services? Our pioneering discussion with occupational therapist Patty Andrich about how vision shapes our thoughts and emotions. We explored the roots of mental health challenges, the impact of trauma, and the power of connection. We even got our bodies moving with a sample groove, feeling that raw joy and release that comes from doing something new and fun. But even with all that knowledge, even with all those tools, the nagging question remains, how do we translate and incorporate this into a thriving, sustainable practice, especially for women in healthcare leadership? Let me tell you a story. I recently spoke with a female psychiatric nurse practitioner, Sarah, who runs a successful group practice. She told me about the constant juggling act, managing staff, keeping up with regulations, and trying to provide quality care while feeling like she was constantly running on empty. She felt trapped in a system that prioritized volume over value, and she was burning out, and her team was feeling it too. Now, here's where things get interesting. We've been told that the traditional model is the only way. Individual appointments, rigid schedules, and a focus on symptom management primarily through medication management. But what if there is another way? What if we challenge the status quo and reimagined mental health care? What if we shifted from isolated care to collaborative healing? This season, we've hinted at the power of shared experiences and community, but in season 2, we're doubling down on a revolutionary approach, shared medication management appointments with add-on psychotherapy. Imagine clients connecting with each other, co-regulating through their experiences, and learning from each other's journeys, all while receiving expert guidance from you. Imagine a practice where you're not just treating symptoms, but fostering genuine connection and empowerment. Think about it. We live in a world that often isolates us, a world where we're constantly bombarded with information and distractions. Our brains crave connection. They crave movement. They crave joy. And that's where groove sessions come in. Grooving is not just tapping your toe or dancing in your seat. It's a powerful tool for inflammation and stress reduction, emotional rejuvenation, and personal transformation because it rewires the brain. It's a way to reconnect with your body, to release tension, and to rediscover the joy of movement. And for clinicians, it's a way to combat your personal moral injury and reignite your passion for your work. We're not just fighting against burnout. We're fighting against a system that prioritizes profits over people. We're fighting against the notion that mental health care has got to be cold and clinical. We're fighting for a future where mental health is accessible, empowering, and joyful. We're fighting for a future where women health executives, especially psychiatric nurse practitioners and psychologists who own their own practices, can build thriving practices and healthcare systems that truly make a difference and exponentially increase revenue while doing it. In season 2, we'll be focusing specifically on helping female health executives, CEOs, and group practice owners who are women, psychiatric nurse practitioners, or psychologists. We'll show you how to implement shared medication management appointments, how to integrate groove therapy into your practice, and how to build a business that aligns with your values. You'll learn how to create a practice that not only serves your clients, but also nourishes your soul. So get ready for something extraordinary. Get ready to challenge your assumptions. Get ready to join a community of like-minded professionals who are passionate about transforming mental health care. Season 2 of the Brain Health Hookup is going to be a game changer, and I can't wait to share it with you.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Brain Health Hookup. I hope this episode radiates with the conviction that generating mental wellness needs to be fun and safe. We want you to find your power and understand your innate design to flourish in everything you do. And we hope that inspires you to come back and listen for more. I'd love for you to leave a review of this podcast as it helps this show grow to reach more people who need to make mental wellness fun. You can find the leave a review button as well as all the YouTube visuals, bonuses, and ways we can help to support you on our website, podcast.grooveforhealth.com. I appreciate you more than words can say. See you next time, and remember, together we have everything we need.